Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. Our final guest today is a sharp dresser and one of the better gentlemen of Villanova basketball, a former teammate of mine who embodies a lot of things which this program is about. Please help me welcome Phillip Booth.
Phil.
How you doing, brother, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing good. First of all, I'd like to thank you for taking the liberty of starting my show for me earlier, man. You really helped me out there, even though I asked you to just kind of stall them.
Hey, my fault. I took it a little too far.
Hey, initiative. You're a co-captain now, so what I understand, initiative is important. So, thank you for that. But we're going to get right into it. One of the sharper dressers, I like those ones, man. I like those ones. We can get
Appreciate
a shot
it. Thank you.
of
Appreciate
the low-top Jordan ones that only Phillip Booth could pull off. I like those. So you're one of the sharper dressers on the team. Every time we have an event, your suit is real nice. Every time that they let us dress down on our own, obviously, you're real snazzy guy. So where does that come from? That fashion sense, where does all that come from?
I think maybe my pops. So pops is
Real sharp.
Yeah, real sharp dude too. I think just coming up seeing him, I just seen him a lot. I'm into fashion. I like just simple outfits.
Yeah.
I'm not a flashy guy by any means, but just simple. I love wearing Jordans, little ones.
Yeah.
Anything new, any style, any brand really.
I like it. You have your own. It's not as far as Russell Westbrook goes because he takes it pretty far, and
Right.
that's his thing. But
Right.
you have this. You take your own and you kind of create your own look. I've always admired that. I look over. We be getting dressed for an event, and I'm getting ready. I'm putting my stuff on. I, look up, measure up the field, and be like, damn. He brought his A game today, But it's something that's always been cool. You always appreciate somebody that understands, how that works and whatnot.
Right.
Can I ask what size those are?
These are 14. Last time I checked, you were 15 and 16, so these are not in your ballpark.
Yeah. Stay tuned with those. So we going to switch gears a bit here. I actually, wanted to touch on something. We spoke to Eric earlier about your relationship, between you, him, and Mikal, and how, for me, it kind of mirrored my relationship with Josh and Chris. Can you just speak on that, just to hear from a different perspective of, your relationship with those two guys?
That relationship with those three was amazing. I came in with Mikal, and that first year, I remember, how it was, us two, we were just like this. And then Eric's first time was visit. I mean, we were like this.
Yeah,
from right there. He only was there for one day, and we were already like this. And then he came in from Fordham, and then it's just one of those bonds. It's real deeper than basketball, deeper than anything, really. We're kind of just a unit of brothers, really, and just kind of, that bond you have is just something more, a lot special.
So we took, me, Chris, and Josh, our name that was given to us, promised this was given to us, was the Basketeers. I don't know who gave it to us. It was the Three Musketeers. We were the Basketeers. So from what I understand, y'all are like the Migos of college basketball, and I'm not going to say who was who. I'm not going to say who got left off bad and bougie. But from what I understand, we all know it's Eric. But from what I understand, how did that come about? Is it just because of the culture, no pun intended? Is it because of the culture and everything around that, or is it just a joke?
I think maybe it kind of fits our personalities, those three, kind of a very, very silly group of three. Migos, you can't look at them and just think silly.
Yeah. Nobody's like, oh, dead serious.
Yeah,
Migos.
like look at them and just think like, a real rap group. You think of like a silly group that loves what they're doing. So
Okay. So just to establish, Eric is Takeoff.
Yeah, he's
I'm Takeoff too. Just to make sure. Just shout out to Eric.
Thinks he's
out there in
offset.
the crowd.
Thinks he's offset.
He's offset.
He thinks he's offset.
I think he's off.
Yeah.
But just so Phil, you know what? I have to ask you, man. In 2016, that was a challenging year for you. What did it feel like to make it to the national championship game and be the high scorer?
That was a challenging year for me. I was battling knee injury the whole year, coming off the bench. I had ups and downs with my knee, ups and downs games. But I just stayed with it. I was like, hey, I'll just fix it when the season's done with. And to go in the championship game, not, coach says all the time, not thinking about scoring. I really wasn't thinking about scoring. We just trying to win the game. It's a championship game. We're trying to win. So happened to get it going. They got 20, and it worked out that way. But, if I had 5 or 4, I'd been the same, happy as I was. It was just a challenge year that was very rewarded at the end. So.
Phillip Booth, a true gentleman, and we'll be right back after this break. We'll stay tuned with D.Rey. Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with Phillip Booth, just talking about basketball and fashion and a few other things. So, Phil, now, obviously, past the 2016 year, 2018, you win another national championship. Congrats on that.
Thank you very much.
And going into this following season, you're named a co-captain. So, what are some of the challenges and, the expectations you have for yourself going into this this next year?
Personally, just trying to be the best player I can be in all the way around. Best leader I can be. We got a completely new team, 5 new guys, actually 6, including the walk-ons with Tim Saunders. So we got a lot of different things going on. I think just trying to be the best person I can be to be for these guys off the court and on the court. With a young team, I think off the court, how important that stuff is. Just on the court, just that chemistry, just that connection, just that brotherhood is important. So just trying to be the best overall I can be.
From what I understand, you're doing a great job. So like I said, congrats on being named co-captain. And so just if you can envision it, let's fast forward about 15 years, because nowadays guys are playing a lot longer. Let's fast forward 15 years. You're coming up on 40. You're probably about to stop playing. What do you see for yourself for life after basketball?
You know what I see? I'm really I'm a journalism major. I just graduated in journalism. So I'm really into sports journalism, broadcasting. I kind of really like that. I'm also into the NBA scouting side. I like to be a scout. Okay. I like watching ball, but I don't want to be a coach.
No, I understand.
Not into a coach at all, especially on the college level.
Yeah, I understand.
What they deal with. But I definitely like being a scout or maybe be a GM one day. That's kind of my dream in my mind.
Okay. Just to rewind, because you skipped over it. You said sports broadcasting.
Yeah.
So did that in any way tie into you starting my show earlier?
And that was just me just throwing a little wrinkle in there, just, showing I could do different things, But there wasn't any sports broadcasting, but so I can, just give me something I can handle it.
You just decided to take the liberty to just start the show.
Yeah, I thought it was D.Rey.
Just stay tuned with Booth. Booth, as Eric so eloquently put it, Booth with an F at the end.
Yes.
Can we talk about that? Are you, I have to ask you, I never asked you, are you okay with that? Like people legally changing your last name? Because I'm pretty sure in the papers at this point, it's just written off as Phil Booth with an F.
Hey, it's they used to call my dad that, so he's used to it. But I think it's so funny when you see it spelled out. Like when we talked about.
Yeah, so we had a game, and people are writing names on the the board, and they write Booth. And at that, it was official. It was in writing. It was written. It's Booth is now official. You're okay with that? You're fine with being called Booth?
I am. I remember that game. It was at Providence, I think.
Yeah.
And you everybody kind of looked around like,
like this. It really is Booth now. Like I said, if you're fine with it, we're fine with it. We just have to. We're gonna tag your name up under this, and we have to figure out if we're gonna write Phil Booth or Phil Booth. Your legal name. So as long as you're cool with it, we're cool with it. Phil, thank you so much for being on the show today, man. Thank you for helping us earlier. Thank you for helping me earlier, obviously. And one of the true gentlemen of Villanova basketball recent years, Phil Booth, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, brother man. Brother man, thank you. Remember to stay tuned, man. Thank you. So yeah, this one we got to do the little chatter part right after this. Me and Eric. It has to.
Got to take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay.